This was Papa Chukwuma, 102 years old. Yet his heart remained softer than many young men. In the peaceful village of Amankwu, people respected him not because of wealth, not because of power, but because of the love he carried inside him. Every wrinkle on his face told a story. Every slow step with his wooden walking stick carried wisdom. And every morning, before the sun touched the red earth of the village, Papa Chukwuma still searched for only one person first, his beloved wife, Mama Neka. And this was Mama Neka, the beautiful woman who stole Papa Chukwuma's heart many years ago, and never gave it back. 97 years old, yet her smile still carried peace like morning sunlight. In Amankwu village, people called her the beautiful Mama, not because she was rich, but because kindness lived inside her soul. Her gentle voice comforted the broken. Her prayers covered her family like protection from heaven. And even in old age, whenever Papa Chukwuma looked at her, he still saw the young woman he fell in love with beneath the mango tree many years ago. And this was Chinedu, the first son of Papa Chukwuma and Mama Neka, a calm and respectful man, known across Amankwu village for his gentle heart and wisdom. Even as a grown man, he never stopped honoring his parents. Every morning, before thinking about himself, he checked on Papa and Mama first, because to Chinedu, family was not just blood, family was love. And the greatest prayer in his heart was to keep his parents smiling for as long as God allowed. And this was Obinna, the younger son of Papa Chukwuma and Mama Neka, a cheerful and hardworking young man, loved by many for his kind heart and loyalty to family. While Chinedu carried wisdom, Obinna carried joy. He was the light that always made people laugh, even during difficult times. To him, his parents were not just old people, they were his greatest blessing. And no matter where life took him, his heart always returned home. And this was Adaeze, the daughter of the family. Beautiful, gentle, and full of kindness, she carried peace everywhere she went, and her smile alone could calm a troubled heart. To Papa Chukwuma and Mama Neka, Adaeze was more than a daughter. She was their pride, the one who stayed close to her mother, learning love, patience, and strength. And in the whole village, people always said one thing about Adaeze: a good heart shines brighter than beauty. In the peaceful hills of Amankwu village, far inside Igbo land, where old mud houses stood proudly beneath tall palm trees, and the evening wind carried the smell of firewood and fresh earth, lived a love story older than most people in the village itself. Papa Chukwuma, 102 years old, and his beloved wife, Mama Neka, 97 years old. Yet every morning, they still held hands like two young lovers afraid of losing each other. For more than 70 years of marriage, their love survived hunger, rain, sickness, pain, loss, and old age. The villagers said their love was no longer ordinary. It had become a blessing from God himself. Every morning before sunrise, Papa Chukwuma slowly rose from his raffia bed with his wooden walking stick. His old bones trembled gently, but before taking even 2 steps, a weak, loving voice would stop him. Mama Neka, Chukwuma, where are you going without greeting your wife? The old man would smile softly, turn around carefully, and walk back to her side, then kiss her forehead gently. Even at 102, he still treated her like the most precious woman on earth. Sometimes villagers gathered outside their compound just to watch them speak to each other, because the way they looked at each other was the kind of love many people never experienced even once in life. Then one December, their children returned home again. Obinna came from Enugu, Chinedu came from Owerri, and Adaeze arrived carrying gifts and food for her parents. The compound became lively once more. Grandchildren ran across the red earth laughing loudly. Goats wandered freely, Old women came greeting happily. Men sat beneath trees drinking palm wine. That evening, the family gathered outside beneath soft lantern light. And suddenly, Adais looked at her parents emotionally. Adais, Papa, how did you and Mama stay together for this long without growing tired of each other? Papa Chukwuma smiled gently, then looked at Mama Nika with tired, loving eyes. Papa Chukwuma, my daughter, when you truly love someone, you do not count years. You only thank God each morning for one more day together. Silence filled the compound. Even the grandchildren became quiet. Then Mama Nika smiled softly. Mama Nika, real love is not loud. It is patient. It stays. Every night, after the whole village had gone silent, Papa Chukwuma and Mama Nika would sit together beneath the old mango tree, holding each other's hands, whispering silent prayers to God, not for wealth, not for power, but for one simple thing, that when their time on earth finally came, neither of them would have to live without the other. Because after loving each other for so many years, the thought of separation was the only thing that frightened them. As the years passed, the love between Papa Chukwuma and Mama Nika became a lesson to the whole village. Young couples sat beneath the mango tree, listening to their stories. They taught the people that true love was not built on beauty alone, but on patience, forgiveness, sacrifice, and staying together even during hard times. And slowly, Amanku village began to change, because everywhere people looked, they saw two hearts, growing old together peacefully. But one rainy evening, everything suddenly changed. Mama Nika collapsed inside their small home, and fear entered the hearts of the family. The laughter in the compound disappeared. The songs of joy became silent tears, day and night. Papa Chukwuma refused to leave her side, holding her weak hands, praying softly beneath his breath, because for the first time in many years, the man who feared nothing was afraid of losing the woman he loved most. The rain poured heavily that night. As the family rushed Mama Nika to the small village hospital, doctors tried everything they could, but the fear in the room kept growing. Adis cried quietly in the corner, while Chinedu and Obina prayed with trembling hands, and beside the hospital bed, Papa Chukwuma sat silently, holding Mama Nika close, as if love alone could stop death from coming. For the first time, the strong old man could not hide his tears. Late into the night, Mama Nika held Papa Chukwuma's trembling hands tightly. Her weak eyes filled slowly with tears, and softly, almost like a whisper carried by the wind, she said, Mama Nika, if I go first, wait for me. Papa Chukwuma shook his head immediately. Tears rolled down his old face. Papa Chukwuma, no. We made a promise, together. But suddenly, pain gripped his chest. His walking stick fell to the ground, and before anyone could hold him, Papa Chukwuma collapsed beside the woman he loved. In that moment, the entire hospital became silent with fear, because everyone knew two hearts were now fighting to stay alive together. Before sunrise the next morning, Papa Chukwuma passed away peacefully beside Mama Nika, his old wrinkled hand still holding tightly onto her wrapper, as though he refused to let her go even in death. The children cried uncontrollably. Even the nurses could not hold back their tears. Then slowly, Mama Nika opened her weak eyes. She turned gently and saw her husband lying peacefully beside her. For a moment, she simply stared at him in silence. Then softly, with tears running down her face, she touched his cheeks one last time. Mama Nika, you kept your promise. And gently, Mama Nika rested her head beside him, closed her eyes peacefully, and followed the love of her life. That morning, the hospital did not just witness death, it witnessed a love so deep that even heaven could not separate it. The whole of Amanku village gathered beneath the old mango tree that morning. Men cried openly, Women wept deeply, and young couples held each other tightly after witnessing a love that lasted beyond old age itself. Side by side, Papa Chukwuma and Mama Neka were laid to rest beneath the tree where they once sat every evening together. The morning breeze moved gently across the village as flowers covered their graves peacefully, and upon their tombstones, their children wrote tombstone words. 70 years together. One love. One journey. Together forever. And even after death, the village still believed one thing, that somewhere beyond this world, Papa Chukwuma and Mama Neka were still walking hand in hand together. Some people spend their whole lives searching for true love, but never find it. Some find beauty, some find wealth, some find power, but Papa Chukwuma and Mama Neka found something greater. They found each other. For more than 70 years, they walked through life side by side, through hunger, through pain, through old age, through every storm life brought their way. And even when death finally came, their hearts still refused to separate. The people of Amankwu village would never forget them, because beneath that old mango tree lies not just two bodies, but one eternal love story. A love so pure, so peaceful, so powerful, that even death could not break it apart. Until today, whenever the morning breeze passes through the mango tree, the villagers still whisper softly, "True love once lived here." Some souls are destined to meet, some hearts are destined to love, but only rare love lasts forever. Papa Chukwuma and Mama Neka, together in life, together in death, forever in love.